Then where does southpaw come from? You use it. Everybody knows it's lefty.
I believe it was Rocky Balboa who says, "Do you know the reason they call it southpaw? Well, they got this guy. He was standing in the ring, and his left hand was pointing to the south. Therefore, southpaw."
That's actually not.
I'm not actually making that up. That's actually the line that he gave Adrian while they were at the ice rink.
That's not far from what the truth is.
No, that's exactly what the answer is. Rocky Balboa said so.
All right. Well, then why even continue at this point?
So Adrian, the thing with the southpaw. He didn't think I was going to have an answer for that. And I was just texting.
I am always nervous when a guy gives an explanation by quoting Rocky.
That is the explanation. That is the explanation.
Well, Google says, I mean, it's no Rocky, but Google says the late 19th century ballparks were laid out so that the pitcher looked in a westerly direction when facing the batter. The throwing arm of a left-handed pitcher would then be to the south, hence the name southpaw, exactly how Rocky said it.
Boom. See? How are you going to doubt Rocky, dude? How are you going to doubt Rocky Balboa?
Idiots. And you fell for it.
Let's talk to a southpaw. Let's talk to the man himself. All-star last year, Trevor Rogers. He kicked ass in his rookie season for the Marlins, and now is getting ready. We got a hell of a head of the snake of the rotation here, Leo, with Sandman and Trevor Rogers. And very excited to talk to Trevor as we are closing in on the season. Leo, opening day is Friday, April 8th. And you guys can join the Marlins, by the way, for opening day celebrations at Duffy's in Fort Lauderdale and Kendall. Doing a lot of opening week events this week. They're taking over the Wynwood Walls tomorrow from 4 to 7 p.m. Free admission, free ballpark snacks. And, of course, you got the home opener coming up on Thursday, April 14th. You can get your tickets at marlins.com. Trevor Rogers joined us here on the show. What's up, Trevor? How you doing, man?
Good. How are y'all?
We're good, man. Best ballpark snack. You guys are giving out ballpark snacks tomorrow at Wynwood Walls. What's the number one ballpark snack for Trevor Rogers?
Ballpark snack for me, I think you got to go with the pretzel. It's hands down. You got to do pretzel or hot dog.
What is
hot dog? There we go.
There we go. Salt, no salt. Do you go with mustard? How does Trevor Rogers go with the pretzel?
I got to do a little salt. I'm not much of a salt guy, but I can't do a plain pretzel. There's no chance on that one.
Definitely agree with that. Salt pretzel can go kick the sharp. The saltless pretzel can go kick the sharpest of rocks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you dip it in other stuff.
That's you can, but I feel like if you go with the salt, I feel like I think it does handle itself. I think Trevor's right there.
There's only one pretzel that I will eat, and that is the cinnamon pretzel with the caramel sauce.
That's not a pretzel, dude.
Yeah, it is.
No, dude, you can't have cinnamon. That's like a Cinnabon. Like if it's a cinnamon,
it's a giant.
No,
pretzel.
that doesn't count, man.
Nobody's ever heard of a giant cinnamon pretzel.
I'd try it.
That's not.
I'd try it tomorrow. I'd try it yesterday, honestly.
A cinnamon pretzel basically sounds like a churro. Have you ever had it? Trevor, you a fan of the churro? Have you ever had it?
I love churros.
Yes.
You're going to be going talking about churros.
You look like the guy that would skip, like the clown that I work with, and doing the churro dance.
Dude, I one time we went to a Manny Pacquiao fight, Trevor, and immediately as we're walking to our seats, I passed us at the concession stand. A churro was spinning there. Had to get it. This dude has never let me live it down. I feel like that's an appropriate thing to have at a ballpark or a sporting event, having a delicious churro. Would you not agree?
Yeah, I love a delicious churro or however you put it. Yeah, they're delicious. In all honesty, delicious.
Let me ask you this, Trevor. How does the little delay in the start of the season change how you prepare for the season? Do you start that process on your own because you know where you need to be, or are you a little behind with innings pitched and working your way up to the start of the season?
Yeah, I think there was a little bit kind of a time crunch. We regular scheduled, I would have been here middle of February and would have got going then, but we all kind of got here at the same time. We got 3 weeks to get going, so we better get after it. So I think it was on the hands of all the guys when the lockout was going on to get your work in at home. And
we have a little bit of a freezing issue here with Trevor. See if we can get that situated as he is
dreaming about churros. Look,
it actually does look like he is dreaming about churros there. on the stage. See if we can get them reconnected, J-Fig. If we can get that all settled with which I'm already loving this interview because we got him to say churros like churros.
He had to say it
This
the
is
proper
already a
way.
win for me.
You can't just say churro. You got to roll that R.
This is already a win for me. I'm already happy that we got him out here rolling the R's and getting that. Why are you shaking your head like that, J-Fig? No, she's gone too. Everybody's leaving.
Wow.
Everybody's just rats off a ship on this interview.
Jeez. Oh, God. You guys are embarrassing me to start.
Well, at least, hey,
2 minutes of churro talk.
Hey, at least we know one thing: the Twitch people not gonna get on us for interview shirt.
No, this is live, baby. This is the beauty of live radio. This is how it's going. So I'll send him the phone line. Just
I bet you he doesn't know what the phrase southpaw came from. Because that was
we can ask him
if he quotes.
I bet you he does. I feel like every lefty has to know that.
No, like you just a lefty, known as a southpaw. You don't know why?
Yeah, I thought it had something to do with the South
Nah,
Pole.
because there's so few lefties out there. I feel like they have to know all things lefties.
I mean, there's more lefties in baseball than any other sport because you almost are required to have lefties in your lineup or on your pitching staff, right?
I don't disagree with that. I would say that there's probably more lefty basketball shooters than you realize.
Yep. And the other thing is that everybody that comes from the Belichick coaching tree has a left-footed punter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got to say, as a
It's
punt
a thing.
returner, it is harder to read the toes from the left. It's shielded more. What? That's a thing. Metcalf said so.
It's true. Can't deny it.
It is a thing. It is a thing.
You know what I hate more than anything? I hate the fact that you have put my boy against me.
I didn't put anybody against you. Oh, we got Trevor back. What's going on, Trevor?
Hey guys, sorry about that.
No, it's all good, man. We know that the internet works these days. So we were just talking about this. Do you know as a lefty, do you know why it's called southpaw? Like, are you aware why lefties are called southpaw?
I was always curious about that. I never know.
Thank you.
I didn't know where it came from.
I only know it from Rocky Balboa because Rocky would say that there was some fighter and he goes, "He's point to the south, the south pole." That's what I was always told, but I didn't know if that was the true definition of it or not.
If they make a remake, you're playing Rocky. I'm telling you that right now.
No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. Don't egg him on. Don't egg him on.
You were so good.
So, yeah, like I said, like for all of my life, we just said a lefty was a southpaw. I don't think anybody knows why.
I just told you why. I just told you why. That's what Rocky told Adrian at the ice rink. That's exactly what he told because she asked him that question. You know,
it has something. Believe it or not, Trevor, it has something to do with how you stand on the mound in the direction that you're facing, which is like.
Yeah, but actually, in this case, it was a guy who was fighting in Philly who was pointing to the south. That's why it's southpaw. I'm telling you, that's why it is. Go to the Rocky Museum when you guys play the Phillies. I'm telling you, if there is a Rocky Museum, I don't even know if that's a thing. But you were excellent last year, Trevor. Like, and had such a good year, all-star season. When you go into this offseason after you have so much success, like, does that drive you more? Like, how did you go and approach this offseason after knowing, like, damn, I was major league ready and I did pretty good right off the bat?
Yeah, it definitely drove me because I think at the beginning of the season, like every other player, when they break with a big league team, there's kind of still a little bit of doubt. Like, do I belong up here? Do they really think that I'm ready? And as the season progressed, I did really well and had a great year and belonged up here. So going to the off season and put in the work to get better, I still have a lot of stuff that I need to do to get to where I in the long term want to be. And that's one of the best pitchers in the game. So I'm a long way from there. But use last season as a stepping stone to get there. And I'm really excited for what this year is going to bring.
Was there a welcome to Major League moment for you though last year? Like, as much success as you had, were you just like, was there ever a pitch that or a homer you gave up and you're just like, oh man, they don't hit that in Double-A? Like, that was like, I was not expecting that to not work.
Yeah, it's a couple of moments. two specifically. Second start of the year last year, we're in New York, and I got to face the Mets against DeGrom, and of course that's no easy task.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, okay, put on your big boy pants. You're facing the dudes. And then Andrew McCutchen, that dude got me 3 times last year, and on the same pitch too. So it's like I guess I just didn't learn my lesson. So he can hit a fastball. I can tell you that. He's 3 for 3 hitting homers on fastballs. So I'm glad that guy is not in our division
It
anymore.
took you 3 homers to figure it out?
Yeah.
You say, I'll get this one by him.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm going to get him here, and now we'll see a 430 in the seats.
So like when you face somebody who feel like you've had a lot of success, like are you going to try something completely different? Do you want to just execute your pitch better? Like if you've ever been in that situation where a guy just you can't get him out for whatever reason, like what are the head games that you go through?
Yeah, I think the competition really builds up because he got me, so I want to get him. And especially with McCutchen being a veteran hitter, you can't do the same thing twice. Like how you got him out the first time, you're gonna have to change it because he's gonna be looking for that. And that's how he got me 3 times. I tried to do the same thing twice, and he wasn't having it. So he put my stuff in the seats a few times. But that's what you got to do when you're in the big leagues, best of the best. You got to learn to get guys out multiple ways.
Talking to Trevor Rogers, you got the opening day for the Marlins coming up on Friday, April 8th. You guys can join the Marlins for celebrations at Duffy's in Fort Lauderdale and Kendall. Their home opener's coming up next Thursday, the 14th. Get your tickets at Marlins.com. And coming up tomorrow, Marlins taking over the Wynwood Walls from 4 to 7 p.m. Free admission, free ballpark snacks. You guys got a new catcher this year, Jacob Stallings. What is that like for you when you get a new guy who's going to be the best? Like, do you guys go out for coffee? You guys got to get to know each other. What's that relationship building like for you guys?
Yeah, we definitely get to know each other in the clubhouse. Always chit-chatting, getting to know each other. And as soon as he got traded over here, he texted me and kind of just introducing himself and kind of picking my brain. I was picking his and really starting that relationship. And you have a guy like that who had the year that he had last year and what he can do behind the plate. It's just a confidence booster for all of us in the rotation, and just knowing what that guy can do it's going to be huge for us for sure.
You got to be fired up though, Trevor. Like with the year, having 2 guys like you, like I saw a list recently of dark horse Cy Young candidates on MLB.com, and it has you and Sandy both on it. So to have what everybody knows you guys can do at the top of rotation, and then you see what the team did, adding all these bats around, going getting Soler, World Series MVP, and Garcia, and all these types of moves, and getting Stallings. Like, how much does that fire you up? The idea, like, okay, we know what all the young talent is in this rotation, but it feels like they're finally putting the pieces around to really go make a run at this thing.
Absolutely. I think there's just a whole different level of confidence in camp this year. We got some dudes in our lineup from top to bottom. I think there was a few times during this camp where Jazz was hitting 9-hole. So, I mean, you got Jazz hitting 9-hole. I think we're going to be in pretty darn good shape. And, of course, our starting rotation is I put them up against anyone in the league to compete and win against, and our bullpen's solid. So, I mean, our expectations are always high, and we're going to meet those expectations this year.
One of the things that's amazing to me about you and Sandy is that you throw a lot more innings than most pitchers. And I'm so tired of going into the 5th or 6th inning and having the pitcher look over to the side like, okay, time for me to come out. I appreciate pitchers throwing 7, 8 innings and trying to complete the game. But let me ask you this. How hard is it to stay in the game the 3rd time you see a lineup when, you review your notes, you try to change up pitches and whatever? Is it still really difficult that 3rd time as everybody says it is?
It is very difficult because, they've seen your pitches multiple times. They've seen your secondary stuff 2 or 3 times in the first 2 ABs. So they have a better eye at the plate, and you're going to have to really execute your pitches. And they're going to wait for their pitch. They're going to wait for you to make a mistake because they've seen so many pitches. And That's
Right.
why kudos to Sandy for going as long as he did pretty much every outing last year. And I don't think people really understand how tough it is going into the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. And it's something that I need to get better at. Something I have on my list of goals is throwing all 9 innings. It's kind of my mentality. Once I get the ball, I want to finish the game. But something that comes with time and something that I'm going to have to work on for sure.
Do you take notes? Do you take notes of what you threw the hitter the previous at bats to maybe change it up, or do you just kind of get a feel for where you are physically, and that allows you and allows you to throw certain pitches?
I'd say a little bit of both. I don't take notes during the game. I kind of just remember them all, as far as
Right.
not every pitch, but more as how did I get that guy out last time, last AB, and the catchers do a good job remembering as well. So Stallings, just a couple of my outings this spring, he's been really good at mixing it up once the guy second, third time through. So having both of us kind of just thinking, it goes a long way for us and going deep into a ball game.
Will a catcher ever come to you, could be at any level, and do a Bull Durham to you where they're just talking about the most random thing that's going on either in the stands or just just to kind of get your mind settled right? Like, has there ever been a situation in your baseball career where it's just been a case of, hey, you see that guy in the front row? What's up with him? He's wearing something super weird.
No, as of yet, it hasn't really happened to me. They're every time they've come up to me, they're pretty locked in. It's like, all right, just going to give you a little bit of a breather. What's the plan here? What do you want to do? That sort of thing. But I'm sure it'll happen one day.
I mean, it's also allowed to, like, a lot of times late in games they do it to give the reliever some time to warm up, right?
Yeah.
So that seems like there might be a lot of chit chatting because you're probably out of the game anyway.
Yeah, for sure. There is that, and you kind of know, like the catcher will be a little more slower coming out to the mound, so you kind of put 2 and 2 together. And, there's probably someone out in the bullpen, and they want to get him a few extra throws in before he comes out.
Do you feel like those conversations, like when Mattingly comes and says, "Okay, you're done for the," like, do you probably, I would imagine as a rookie, you're probably thinking to yourself, "All right, I'll listen to what the skip says." Like, do you feel like you'll push that a little bit more? Not that, like if there'll be a situation where you'll be like, I'm a little more established now. I'm an all-star. I can see if I can jockey my way to give another inning or something like that. Like, how do those conversations go? And do you think that that'll change this year with more experience under your belt?
Maybe. I don't know. I've looked back on it, and every time that I see Don heading out to the mound, you're done. If he walks out there, you're done. I remember this made me think of something last year. I was pitching in Pittsburgh and was feeling really good. Kind of had a high pitch count around the 6th inning. In the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm probably done. But I'm like, I'm going to test my luck. So walked into the dugout, and Donnie's right there. And I tell him, let me go, Donnie. I'm good. I'm good to go. And without missing a beat, he's like, no, you're done. I'm like, all right, Donnie. Yep. Okay, I'm done. I'll go sit down over there, and I'm done. So,
did you think, oh, I ain't there yet?
Yeah, exactly. He said that. I'm like, no, I'm not there yet.
We're talking to Trevor Rogers, who is one of the Marlins' fantastic pitchers. We're looking forward. Marlins baseball gets going this Friday, April 8th. You guys can join the Marlins for opening day celebrations at Duffy's in Fort Lauderdale and Kendall. Tomorrow, they are taking over the Wynwood Walls from 4 to 7 p.m. Free admission, free ballpark snacks, and the home opener is coming up next Thursday, April 14th. You guys get your tickets at Marlins.com. Before we get you out of here, Trevor, how hyped are you for a bobblehead? I see you're getting a bobblehead this year. Do you get approval on this? Have you already seen renderings? How much are you excited about this?
I'm honestly really excited. Just to get my own bobblehead. I'm definitely going to steal a few from my family back home, and just to know I have a bobblehead. I'm like, I just hope it somewhat looks like me.
Did you have to pose for it? Did you have to go in there?
Wiggle?
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
But, have you gotten a preview of it yet? Do you know what it looks like?
I have not seen it yet, so it's going to be a surprise to me when I do see it for the first time.
Very good, very good. Before we get you, have you ever ridden a mechanical bull?
I have not.
Have you been to Roundup down here in South? Have you been to a country bar?
No, I have not.
All right. Well, one time I snuck in with Brad Penny's entourage to Roundup. It was a good time. He didn't ride the mechanical bull either, though.
That's smart.
That's our next bet. Our next bet
Okay.
is you have to ride a mechanical bull. I have to lick salt. I have to do a salt lick.
Trevor, we appreciate the time, man. Good luck this season. Thanks for the fun.
Thank you. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Trevor.
it.
There you go. Trevor Rogers there. He is fantastic.
What
are you talking about?
That's who showed to Trevor Rogers. No, that's him taking pictures for his bobblehead.
That's a great time. He's fun. He was fun. I like talking to Trevor Rogers.
He is, but like you have to throw the churro in there. They don't even sell churros at Marlins Park, which is a crime.
I got to talk to somebody about that because that's ridiculous.
They don't sell churros at Marlins Park, which is like there is no snack in that area that's bigger than the churro.
I keep seeing this truck that drives around that does churros and ice cream. I'm like, man.
Oh, man.
That just
they
seems
have
like the
churro
most
ice
delicious.
cream, dude.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah. They have churro cereal and then they have churro ice cream.
Game changer. Wow.
Game changer. Not like the cinnamon pretzel. Also a game changer.
It's kind of the same thing as a churro, dude. I got to be honest with you. When you said you were into the cinnamon pretzel.
It is. I didn't say I didn't like. Listen, I never said I didn't like churros. I just
you gave me
like
a lot of hell for it.
Because you did a churro dance.